Good morning. Today I'm in Sarasota, and in this video I'm going to be showing you the conditions of the city as well as the barrier islands around 48 hours after Hurricane Debby made landfall in Steinhatchee in Florida's Big Bend. Traffic seems to be back to normal here in Sarasota, at least on Fruitville. Detweiler's is looking very open and the parking lot is clear. Happy to see Old Packing House is open. I do believe they had to close for a bit. I am starting out in Pinecraft because that neighborhood was all over the news for being underwater. On the way here, I was on Bahia Vista Street and that was closed in many areas due to being underwater over the past 48 hours. There was only one area where water came over the road and made it one lane. And you can see all of this was previously underwater. Yeah, that pond is right next to the road right now. But Dutchman is open, so I think I'm gonna go grab some breakfast and then we'll continue on. Now I am solo today because one of us had to stay back and edit, so Skylar was the lucky one. It is kind of nice to have that role reversal because previously Skylar would go out and check out the different conditions after storms. But today, with the opportunity to go to Dutchman, I wouldn't pass that up. It's my understanding that it was the creek just west of Dutchman that flooded the area, so next we're gonna drive over that bridge. I do want to clarify that when Debbie was closest to Sarasota, it was only a tropical storm. So it didn't bring really high winds, but it just dumped a ton of rain. I think some areas of Sarasota got over 20 inches of rain, and that's why we're seeing so much flooding. Like I said earlier, the area that we're approaching was all over the news because of how underwater it was. So many cars were driving into the waters and stalling out. There were also a bunch of water rescues from homes. So I'm glad to see that a lot of the water has receded. So the water in that creek is still extremely high, but it is no longer over the road. Next, we're gonna head out to Siesta Key. I haven't seen anything online that says the roads out there are closed, but we'll go check it out. All right, I'm about to turn onto Tamiami, and then I'll be turning right to get on Siesta Key. Here on Tamiami, it doesn't seem like there was much of a storm at all, at least not now. There is so much traffic, and so far I haven't come across any water on the road. Just went by Sarasota Memorial Hospital, all looked well in that area. Take a little detour through a residential area here. Wasn't looking too bad. All right, now I'm on Osprey. Shakespeare's is to my left. They look open. This area looks clear. We're going over the North Bridge to Siesta Key right now. So far, I'm not seeing any standing water out here. I do see a lot of tree branches down, but not large ones, just some small ones. As I'm getting closer to the village, I am seeing some standing water on some sidewalks and definitely in yards, but the road has been clear so far. I've made it to Siesta Village, and this is probably the least busy that I have ever seen it. But it is midday on a Wednesday, so I wouldn't expect it to be very busy anyways, especially this time of year, because it is so hot and humid right now. I'd say the village is looking pretty good. Most of the businesses I saw were open. Now on this road to the main beach access, you can tell that there was water over this road, but it's all receded. I have driven past many of the smaller public beach accesses. Right now there is a ton of parking, but I did want to go show you what the main public beach access looks like now. The beach is definitely open. The parking lot is nowhere near full, but there are a ton of cars and people here. I am gonna hop out here real quick to show you what the beach looks like right now. Beach is actually looking pretty busy. The red flag is out. You can see the water out there is quite rough. Now it is really windy out here today still, and I forgot my wind muff, so sorry if the audio quality isn't the greatest. Those birds are just kind of gliding in the wind, it looks like. I just got back from checking out Siesta Beach, and because this area is looking so good, I don't think I'm going to take the time to drive down to Crescent Beach or Turtle Beach. So if you've been to those areas since the storm, let us know what they're like in the comments. Next, I'm going to head to Lido because we had a lot of requests for Lido and Armands Circle, so we'll start heading that way. Before heading off of Siesta, I did want to show you one of the smaller beach accesses, because as I was driving around, I did see that the smaller ones, the paths were still underwater. So I'm at beach access 9 right now. You can see you'd have to walk through all of that water to get to the beach. I also saw a similar situation on beach access 10. On the way off of the island, I did want to stop off at one more beach access. This is public beach access number 1. There's only a few spots to park here, but it is across from Lido, which is where we're going next. Unfortunately, there's not an easy bridge to get there, so we're going to have to go back through downtown and over the John Ringling Causeway to get over there. Just drove through the Hillview area. It looked quite busy. All the businesses appear to be open. I'm now downtown and about to drive around the bay and over the John Ringling Causeway. The water today looks more dark blue and brownish, probably due to all the storms that came through. Traffic seems to be flowing as usual in downtown Sarasota. I pulled off right over the causeway here to show you how brown this water is. Also, it is super windy, even windier than it was on Siesta. Once we turn, we will be going through St. Armands. I think we will drive through the circle once and then head over to Lido Beach. The water has receded here as well. I'm not seeing any standing water as I'm going around the circle here. We're on our second loop around the circle, so now we will head to the beach. There was a sign on the side of the road that said road underwater, so very recently this area may not have been passable. Here's a path out to Lido Beach. This is north of the main beach access. Looks clear, but the waves look pretty intense out there. This is another of the beach accesses north of the main access here out on Lido. This one's a little bit longer, but also no standing water. So it is a clear path out to the beach. The Island Grill does appear to be open. So here's what the beach looks like out on Lido. Definitely not near as busy as Siesta, but Lido is also a lot smaller. It's very windy out here still, and the red flags are flying, but it does look like there's lifeguards around and there are people in the water. And that, my friends, is what Lido looks like. I hope this video did help show you what Sarasota County looks like after Debby. If you did enjoy this video, please do leave it a like and consider subscribing to our vlog channel. If you're looking for more things to do in Florida, then we'd also recommend you consider subscribing to our main channel, Exploration. We'll see you in the next one.